Hello everyone, yay math. Okay, sorry I can't be there today, but we are heading forward regardless. This unit, this section is going to be a lot about just learning some vocabulary terms. So, this sheet right here, you will get from the substitute. And I need you to fill this in as we go along. And then you're just going to be, you'll be doing this side right here, kind of checking them off for homework tonight. There can be more than one thing you might check off here. So for example, like right here, angle 1 and angle 2, these are right next to each other, so they would be adjacent, and we'll get to that soon. But also, since that's 90, this is also going to be 90 degrees, so they would also be complementary. So you may be checking off more than one thing on these. Just giving you heads up on that, okay? Good. All right. This side right here. Adjacent angles. Two angles that are next to each other and share a common side. This is pretty darn simple. Doesn't matter what kind of angles they are, but if they are next to each other, like this, angle 1 and angle 2, those are adjacent angles. Coming out from the same vertex, they share this side right here. Those are adjacent angles. Okay? Linear pair. Jump over the other side. Linear pair. Two angles that are adjacent, so they gotta be right next to each other. It's supplementary. Supplementary, you don't know that one yet, but basically they form a straight line. Just like this. It's like angle 1 and angle 2 right here. Those are forming a straight line. They are supplementary. They're supplementary and forming a straight line. They're next to each other. This is called a linear pair. Why called linear pair? Well, they're forming a line. And there's two of them, so it's a pair. Linear pair. Coming down here to supplementary and complementary. Complementary is any two angles whose sum is 90. So, easiest way to think about that is like this. Angle 1 and angle 2. These two angles, as long as this is 90 degrees, angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 90. Now sometimes you might see me put an M in front. That's kind of math grammar. It means the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 90 degrees. Now, please note that it doesn't say the two angles whose sum is 90 and are next to each other. So I could also do this. I could say this is 40 degrees, and this angle here is 50 degrees. If this is angle 1, and this is angle 2 right here, 40 plus 50 is 90. So the angle 1 and angle 2 here are also complementary. Complementary just means they add up to 90. Don't say two angles that are 90, two angles that add up to 90. Supplementary angles, same sort of thing. Two angles that add up to 180. Remember, sum is add up to. So I could have this right here, where this is 80 degrees, and this angle right here, where this is 100 degrees. Those add up to 180, so they are supplementary. But you'll notice up here, these angles also add up to 180. So here's something interesting. Linear pairs are supplementary. However, not all supplementary angles are linear pairs. Okay? I could have an angle like right here be 10 degrees, and this one over here be 170 degrees. These angles add up to 180, so they're supplementary, but clearly they are not forming a line. Okay? It's kind of like all poodles are dogs, but not all dogs are poodles. All linear pairs are supplementary, but not all supplementary angles are linear pairs. So supplementary angles, add up to 180. Complementary, add up to 90. Adjacent, they're just next to each other. It's like those are adjacent. These are adjacent. Okay. Vertical angles right here. Formed by intersecting lines, but they're across from each other. Angle 1 and angle 2. They are always congruent. That's another way of saying they're always equal. So if this angle was 110 degrees, this angle would also be 110 degrees. We'll talk about why a little bit later. But angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Or measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. But they have to be across from each other. If they're not across from each other, they are not vertical. And then the last one over here, angle bisector. Well, we've already talked about this one. If I've got this right here, and these two angles are equal, like this was 30 degrees and this was 30 degrees, then AX, BC, BX bisects angle AXC. So if it's bisecting the angle, it's cut into two equal parts. To mark that, here's something important to know. To mark that two angles are equal, we make like a little arc inside it like this. That's how we show two angles are equal. Same thing over here. These two angles are 110 degrees. These angles are equal. Interestingly, these angles, 3 and 4, if I turn it this way, yeah, these are also vertical angles. Those are also vertical angles. So I'm going to put like just one mark here to show that these are equal. I put two marks here to show those two are equal. So there are the notes for today. In just a moment, in the next video, I'm going to put some cards up here and have you just kind of practice on your own. Thanks for watching.